a thigh injury on Friday night in Orlando. Second night of a back-to-back. No P.J. Tucker or Jimmy Butler for the Heat. Fred VanVleet using the Birch screen, gets a switch in the lane. Barnes, they'll kick it. Gary Trent Jr. And that shot is short. Now Lowry currently holding on to it. VanVleet, one away from tying it. Doesn't go for Caleb Martin. Barnes sends it to Trent Jr. Too strong. He's had two huge games against Miami. 33 in each. Lowry's shot doesn't go, and a wicked pace here. Boucher and Achua for the Raptors. Lost, and a turnover. Here's Trent Jr. up top. Boucher saves it to Achua, the former member of the Heat. A game. Here's Trent Jr. with a J. Oladipo up top, looks for Hero. Trent Jr. numbers, leaves it for Achua, and a turnover.
You have opportunities with Duncan Robinson in the game to take advantage of that defensive matchup.
Nurse mentioned, you're talking about this defense, to do a great job in the gaps, and you can see it here. Trent Jr. connects. The Bulls, in contrast, top 8 teams in the league as Lowry is fouled. Minute 10 left here in the first half. Pascal gives it up. Trent Jr. with the three. Bucket and book it. Strus sends it back over to Oladipo. 5 of the shot clock. Oladipo has it taken away. Siakam sends it to Barnes on a bounce. VanVleet quickly. Trent Jr. the closeout. Lowry. And
start their offense or defense much earlier, and is leaving the basket wide open. As you see Gary Trent.
It's a pass over to VanVleet, doubled. Birch finds Trent Jr. rising up, the three short. Lowry lead pass, Martin. And both teams, there's been so much talk about culture. Be a pro, play hard, compete, turnover. And Hero able to finish.
The luxury that the Raptors have, that size advantage. Use it.
Extending the D, and now a foul. Miami gets back in transition. Scotty, Trent Jr. up fake, close out by Adebayo, step back, off the mark, and taken down by Hero. Siakam, 10 on the shot clock, double. Thaddeus Young sends it opposite corner. Big time bucket. Siakam guarded by Hero. Adebayo joins him. Here's Trent Jr. No on the glass. Adebayo.
Strong side corners should stay home, and the rotations to come from somewhere else. But first, you got to guard the ball.
And Gary Trent Jr. the response.
As we talked about early on, was the key to the game. Defend the three-point shot.
Jumper doesn't go. And a collision as Lowry goes down. Heat are 5 of 7. 10-point advantage. Trent Jr. back over to Pascal with a three. The night's not over. Get one. And they do.
That's something that you're practicing for these late game situations. Great execution by the Raptors. This is called extending the game. Now you foul, and you extend the game and continue to try to score with no time on the clock.
6-point game and a chance to make it 5. Either way, a 2-possession game. 5-point game.